I'm Rohan Walsh. I'm the creative director of TradeGecko. We make inventory and order management software for wholesalers and e-commerce businesses, and I love design. Look, I think there really is no substitute for practice. You just have to take inspiration from where you can get it, whether that's dribble or behance, or whether that's seeing something in a film or in a TV show or in an advert, and trying to reverse engineer it into its basic components, and then build them up again into something with your own personality stamped on it. It takes discipline. It takes sacrificing, a morning of playing with your daughter or an afternoon of playing video games. It takes this will to just go and sit down at a desk and or in a park or in a coffee shop and really understand that you have to invest the time in it if you're going to see the reward. Promising. I think it's in its fledgling stage where people are just starting to realize more and more that you don't have to be a doctor or an engineer or an accountant, that being in tech is a entirely viable career choice. And so I think it's full of promise and hope, and I'm just really excited to see what the next sort of 10, 20 years brings. Oh, confidence, definitely. I think designers are all really sensitive, and we're all very feelings-based. And I think just having the conviction that your thought process and your understandings and beliefs are worthwhile and worth sharing is a pretty important step. Look, if you're going to be a UI designer, I think you have to have sympathy for whoever it is that is going to end up taking your design and turning it into a tool for human beings to use. And I think the only way to do that is for you to take the first steps into that world. If that's HTML and CSS and a bit of jQuery or JavaScript or so, it's so important. It will change the way you think. It will make you more cognizant of things like file size or readability. I mean, even just in this age where 50% of web traffic, over 50% now, comes from mobile devices. Putting yourselves in those shoes and being able to make responsive sites using media queries is not something that comes organically to designers, where we're used to having one artboard or one canvas to work with. And I think so just being able to sympathize with the engineers as well as your end users is incredibly important. So we use Adobe's Creative Cloud. We use Illustrator and Photoshop predominantly. We use InDesign. We use some After Effects, and we use Animate, which was formerly Flash. And then the absolute bulk of my work is done in Sketch, which is just the right tool for the job for any UI designer. And then underpinned by general ops software like Slack and InVision app for sharing designs with engineers and handovers. And GitHub, and that's it. I'm not a fan of VR at all, but I think augmented reality, along the lines of how Microsoft has implemented it with HoloLens, is very exciting, not just from a training perspective, but if you can imagine having a huge whiteboard in front of you and being able to use your hands to assemble UI for an application, just massively exciting. I think the designers of 20 years' time are going to look back at us with our keyboards and our mice and maybe our Wacom tablets and chuckle.